to another episode of In the Kitchen with Becca. Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood Becca. So today I want to tackle something that apparently everyone can make. Apparently everyone. This cookbook that I have can make it. This cookbook can make it. Every cookbook I own can make it, including this actual textbook published by the Culinary Institute of America can make it. You know who can't? Me. And you know what I can't make? Apple pie. That's right, I said it. I can't make apple pie. I've tried to make apple pie 3 separate times now. The last time, this past 4th of July, I almost burnt my house down making it. Luckily, my brother-in-law Nick was there to help calm me down as I fanned that oven range with smoke billowing out of it, screaming, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Everything was fine and it tasted okay, but needless to say, I feel like this is something simple. Like I can make some pretty complicated dishes like beef Wellington or handmade crab ravioli with a brown butter and shallot sauce. I feel like making apple pie, I should be able to do. So with the help, of this community, I'm slowly trying to build, all 15 of us here. Hi Mom. So together, with that moral support, I really want to try to conquer apple pie. And that's my dog. She's about to go hump that pillow. I want to try to make a good apple pie because I feel like I probably can and should. So instead of all of these fancy cookbooks, I'm gonna go back to the OG, to the real bitch in the kitchen. That's right, my girl Betty. This book is awesome. It's basics. It has so many tabbies. So I'm just gonna pare it down. I'm not gonna try to be fancy with it. Just gonna try to make a good apple pie. So the recipe in here starts out right at the beginning of the pie section. I mean, this is how obvious this is. So the first page after how to actually step by step make the pie crust. First pie recipe is apple pie. This is an assumed thing that everyone can start with. Now I've made pumpkin pie, I've made quiche, delicious, basically egg pie. I've made blueberry pie. I think actually that's it. But quiche is complicated. You have to par bake it, there are a bunch of steps. It's weird if it's, I can nail that. I should be able to make apple pie. To try to follow it to the T, I did watch a video from Binging with Babish. I'll link the video down below where he made apple pie and actually looked really good. I combined a few things, which might already be, it is already against my objective, but whatever, it's my kitchen, it's my rule. And I'm gonna try to make apple pie, and we'll see how this goes.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with 2 cups of fine pastry flour from Bob's Red Mill and a food processor. So I'm gonna go ahead and spoon the flour into the cup so that way it's not packed, so I get the right amount of flour. Then I'm going to do half a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and then I am going to cube up 2 sticks, so that's 1 cup whole of unsalted butter. Now I try to use really good quality butter here. Now, unlike other recipes, I use 100% butter and not lard or Crisco. I really don't like the aftertaste it has. I feel like it's kind of waxy, so I just use 100% butter. Pulse that until it looks like big grains of sand or peas is what the Betty Crocker cookbook says. So I'm going to pour that into a bowl here, and then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of oil and 1/3 cup of buttermilk. For some reason I had buttermilk in the fridge, so I'm adding 1/3 cup buttermilk. Then I'm going to divide the dough and make my first dough ball that's going to be one of the pie crusts. I'm going to make sure to flour the surface. The dough was kind of dry at first. Add a little bit of water and then I had to keep adding the flour. So basically have water and flour on hand until it combines to the right texture and a ball you can easily manage. Also, your hands are going to get super gross, so just be prepared for that and have soap. Next, I have 6 Granny Smith apples. Well, actually 7, but 2 were really small, so basically 6. So you're going to peel all of the apples. Make sure to give some to your excellent kitchen helper. And then you're going to chop up the apples. Now, everyone said just kind of leave them as slices, but I kind of like them as cubes, so I went ahead and cubed them because that's what I wanted to do. Next, in a separate bowl, I'm adding a 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/4 cup of the pastry flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of, well, I was supposed to put nutmeg, but I actually didn't have nutmeg, so I just used pumpkin pie spice, and then a pinch of salt. Mix that up and add your apples. Stir to combine until it looks delicious and smells like an awesome candle. Next, and with the pastry, I forgot to mention previously, the 2 dough balls you're going to put in either saran wrap or in Ziploc bags, put in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to let the butter chill, and roll it out until it looks like it's going to cover your pan. Now, I don't know the actual measurement, but that's always what I gauge. Until it looks like it's going to cover my pie pan enough. Drape it just like Snow White did onto the pie pan. Yeah, every time I make pie or do pie crust, I just remember that scene from Snow White pan, and that's just what I think about every time, so you're welcome. Now you will too. So next, once you take the excess crust off, you're going to spoon in the apple mixture. Then you are going to misread the recipe and think you do big chunks of butter on top, but reread it and then go and then break those butter chunks into smaller chunks over top. And all in all is about 2 tablespoons of butter on top. Next, we're gonna roll out our top crust. Now, a lot of people do lattice. It was already like 8 o'clock at night on a Friday, and I was really tired, so I didn't feel like it. So I just rolled up the entire thing and put it over top. Next, I'm going to pull the excess off again and press the top down onto the apples and kind of into the crevices. Next, I'm going to haphazardly seal the 2 pie crusts together. It doesn't matter, it's literally just me eating this pie, so I'm just going to make it look kind of pretty and not worry too much about the presentation. Next, I'm just going to poke some air holes in the pie crust so the steam can escape. Next, I'm going to take an egg white and brush the top, followed by some large grain sugar. Then I'm going to bake it for about 40 to 50 minutes in a 425 degree oven until it comes out looking like this. Make sure to wait an agonizing 2 to 4 hours before serving.
Alright, so it's the next day, and the pie actually turned out really well. The crust, using the new buttermilk, yes, 1,000 times yes. It made it super flaky, super tender. The tenderness might have also come from using the cake flour. Normally I actually use bread flour or all-purpose flour, mostly bread flour, because I like to feel fancy. Yeah, so the dough is super tender and really, really flaky, and that was awesome, because normally to get the flakiness I put some lemon juice in there, and I also rolled out a lot thinner than I normally do, which I think made the edges really crispy, but where I ran into issues and the crust was at the bottom. When I tried to scrape it out of the actual pie pan, it got stuck and kind of fell apart, so I'm wondering if it was too thin. I mean, it tasted delicious. It wasn't too sweet, even though there was, like, I think a couple tablespoons of sugar in the recipe, which I normally don't put that much sugar in my pie crust. but the crust was great. The actual apples, using Granny Smith was great because they were really tart and they kind of maintained that really good apple flavor. And it had that kind of like gooey apple pie texture that I was really looking for, which I hadn't really gotten before. I did wish the flavors were pumped up a little bit. I'm not quite sure, unless like just adding more spices, maybe some vanilla or like some caramel. I know like caramel apple pie is a thing. If that would kind of amp up the flavors there. The consistency I got pretty much right. Me personally, I would have liked if it was a little bit ooey gooier, which would probably be solved by a caramel apple pie, but this is after the fact here, guys. Like I can't see into the future. It would be awesome if I could though. That'd be dope. That's a pretty solid start, okay? I think it worked out pretty well. For someone not being able, like literally the last time I made apple pie, almost burning the house down. I think this is definitely the step in the right direction, so next time I'm trying a caramel apple pie or maybe with a streusel top, something a bit more next level to bring the flavors back. But yeah, we did it! We did it together! This is a team effort. Definitely not just a one-sided thing. No, it's not what videos are. What? You guys are here with me. Oh God. So yeah. I think this was a great recipe. I'm glad that it's in my refrigerator for this long weekend with just me and my dog. So if you have any recommendations or if there's any recipe that you've really been wanting to try but don't feel like it, I'm here for you. Let me try it for you. Let me do the work for you. But I know I have I have something up my sleeve that takes down a major media conglomerate. I'm talking to you, Oprah. Thanks again for joining in the kitchen with Becca and Gannis. And Gannis. Oh my God, Gannis, what do you have? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Gannis, come here. Come here. Come here. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Is that your boyfriend? Are you bringing me your boyfriend? Been home alone now for like 6 days straight. She's all I got, okay? So everyone just accept the incredible amount of dog footage that's gonna be in everything I make. So she's just so cute.